Yo everybody, it's tribesmen and this is the PSN/PS3 Brothers The Tale of the Lost Sons Awesome Guide to the Puzzles, and the main aim for this type of mission is for you to own the puzzles like the boss, like this. And the first tip I will give you is at the beginning of the game where this psychotic dog chases you around in the field. And let's say you go into the field without knowing about the instructions or the techniques. Something happens where you become the dog's dinner. Yum yum yum. So to prevent that from happening, you need to distract the dog. Either, well, I could say that you can just throw dog biscuits at him like Vegeta does, but nah. What you need to do here is that you need to press L2 for the elder brother and press R2 for the younger brother when they're both on, let's say, the farming equipment. I don't know what they are, but anywho. And this is the type of situation where I would put like Benny Hill music, but that would sound corny. But anywho, again, this process goes along quite neat, you could say, because it's not really that hard. But it can be tricky if you're just a beginner of the game, so yeah. Just be aware of that. And as you think that you're out of there, just be aware that the dog is very glitchy when he passes like the farming equipment. I actually got the clip for it, but I accidentally recycled it on the computer, so I couldn't never ever restore it back. But anywho, this is pretty much all of it, and I just wonder what happens to the farmer who's got killed by this dog. Oh god, this dog, he needs to be put down, definitely, by the end of the next year at least. That should be the main plot of the game, how to kill the dog. Nah, just kidding. Now that would make a terrible game. And I'm doing this in order, so the next level that you'll go into is the mining area. I can't believe that I'm saying this, but angles and cars are the key for your success. With the L2 and the L2 and R2 button, god, that was a little bit of a tongue twister there. You have to navigate through the puzzles or the maze, whatever it is called. And what I would recommend at all times is that you don't waste your time thinking that you're going to get around that corner just going, not using the space available. If you ask me, that's another Benny Hill moment, but as I discovered that I wasn't using enough space, it took me about 3 minutes just to get around that corner. Yeah, tribesmen's tip, always make sure that you get all the space available. Yeah, unlike this trick here did. Yeah, seriously, like, you do this through, I think it's once, yeah, it is once. So yeah, pretty much you go through this level, well, this section of the level, and then you go to the mechanical structure where it's controlling the bridge. Your main aim here is just for you to cross over the bridge so that you can progress further to the Tree of Life. And if you don't know what that is yet, don't watch this video. Well, yes, watch this video, but I will may talk about it. Yeah, spoilers. Yeah, that should be done like dinner. And the next part, as I remember, don't worry, this is post-production, so yeah, I have been practicing it, and I do tend to forget sometimes. Oh yeah, it's this bit. Just remember this, the younger brother is the key. As he's so athletic, he tends to reach the areas where the switches are. Use the analog stick to make sure that the brother is going through the trapdoors alright, or else you will be killed. And there's one little bit of a warning. It can be a very exhausting experience, so if he drops off, we don't know what happens to him. Seriously, you don't want to know. Maybe what will happen is that the brother may drop off to the area where the trolls are. I don't know, this could be related to the Hobbit. That could be a theory. I don't know. But it's the same process over again, and I think it's obvious already that the jumping's automatic, so there's no... it's only one piece of advice that most likely won't win the Tip of the Year award. And there's one thing that the game is very good at. It's pretty much... it's a dick move in the way. It deceives you. It wants you to die. Particularly from this camera view. I wanted to show you this death because it's always useful to see what the problems are with the game, and that's how the Tribesmen rolls, baby, and Overlord, when he's not evil obviously. But anywho, with that again, God, just the main tip, ensure that the brother's shadow is on the platform. God, I sound like a robot today. And this process is repeated over and over again. And it takes quite a long time, and there's one thing that you should never do. Ever. Let go of the L2 button or else he will die. It's not automatic. And the last part is turning the wheel clockwise, not anti-clockwise. Yeah, as you can see, I just pushed it the one way round. And I wish you thought it would be like anti-clockwise, because I would expect some kind of challenge from that. But it was easier than it looked. Damn you trolls for making the game too easy. Overlord? What was that about? And for the last part, pretty much, is that you got to be extra quiet. What am I being quiet for? Well, that is the idea. It's pretty much for you to sneak around the bridge which has bones, or else the trap, the trap is activated. God, my stuttering. And the one dick move that the game makes is that the key automatically falls, and if you think that you got the key, guess what? You haven't got it. And you tiptoe away towards your brother in order to save the larger female troll. It takes quite a while because it's quite slow, but you eventually get there and you open that big lock. God, it must take a lot of strength to open that up a little bit. And the elder brother, one tip I would say is that the elders, you can tell the switch that the elder brother uses is that it's larger, whilst the younger brother's switches are more rounded. I don't know. After you save the witch or the troll, whatever it is, she rescues you from the boss fight, and then you got to use this terrible mechanics, I have to admit. I would have to, God. It's just pretty much like, it's like Uncharted but more awkward. You have to use both analog sticks in order to get the women over there to the escape path. And not only that, to make the game a little bit more difficult for you, you got to repeat the same process. And you got to make sure that the bridge, or wherever it is, I don't know what it is, a cart, I don't know, is right over where the platform is. And yeah, that should be done. And as I distinctly remembered, that chapter 4 is a hard bitch. Sorry for the swearing, but that's no other description for it. In my opinion, the throw mechanics are very, very schizophrenic. That causes you to be very frustrated with the game. And this is the reason why. If one of the elder or the younger brother is behind you, guess what? You can't even throw the thing away from you. Not to mention that the camera view always makes sure that you're alive. Throwing the thing itself is more difficult. Congratulations, games, for making my life a little bit harder. Particularly with this bit. God, they just as well throw me up to space, and I will be most likely to see that. The next part of the exercise programs requires you to box exercise with your thumbs. The next section, which is saving the old man, requires you to use your thumbs in order to help the old man escape from that platform. This is the bit I don't understand. He got stuck there, but it's his home pretty much. How could you get stuck at your home? It's like me saying I'm going to get stuck in my own car. And this bit, well, I think this is like one of the most emotional bits, but I will get onto that later. You can interact with the bed and look at the size of it. Wow. Must be some kind of giant that must live there. I don't know, but anywho. Shut up, dog. Yeah, I've got a dog in the background, so yeah, you may hear that. And the aim for this bit is really for you to rescue this owl who's suffered long enough, and he's pretty much in the depth, not the depth, on the brink of abyss already. And he's pretty much crying out for help, and the only way of doing it is for you to use the younger brother to get to the upper level. And there's one tip: always use the analog stick for the younger brother. And this will include you using the analog stick. And the other thing I would say is that when you're shimmering or jumping, always make sure that he's always, well, you have actually got the L2 or the R2 button pressed, or else you will fall to your death. Sorry for being over dramatic, but that is pretty much the truth. And then you press the L2 button to make sure that you get to him. And this is where you rescue the bird, who's pretty much on the verge of death already, as I said. And this is where I will go off to tell you that hopefully you enjoy this content. And if you want to subscribe, press the button on the left right hand side, well, not left right hand side, the bottom right hand side, to ensure that you want to have like latest up to date videos, guides. You pretty much got it all. Retrospectives as well, don't forget that. Give me a like if you love the product, or well, not love it actually. That's taking it to the extreme. But if you like this, just give me some feedback, and if you don't even, let's say, spend 30 seconds on the video, please explain why, so that I can just improve the product. But anywho, I hope you have a nice time with this video and the game itself, and hopefully you can give me any comments that feels that you found this very useful. And this is the bit where he dies. There is a more emotional bit at the end of the game, but I'm not going to spoil it. And there is also another video which reveals the boss fights, other hints and tips like the gliding, and that's pretty much all. And there is rain as well, so watch out for that. That is a fantastic game as well. It's like a children's version of Metal Gear Solid. And this is the end of the video. Kudos!